problems. And as we take a look at the drafting phase presented by the official Ronald smartphone Samsung Galaxy S25 series, Chusen taken out, Uranus 2, full respect to this XP laner. Meanwhile, the 1-1 and the CC now banned out because EVOS know they're now in the red side.
Alright, they banned the CC, but right now, it's interesting that TL ID actually are the ones to take away the Lancelot. Means they might want to just go for the Yi Sun-shin, but EVOS could still ban it out very easily here. Baksha? Do TL ID even want to go Baksha, Rashi? Again, they've just been going Assassin Jungle.
Yeah, they're trying to maximize the presence of Joe. And again, we've seen great things
Joe
come
Mama.
from that guy mechanically. Exactly. But
Sir,
I don't know. How do they want to
Your
capitalize
team is
around it? The Fanny immediately gets respected. Even though we have agreed, Mirko, that it's not exactly a first pick type of hero any longer. Yi Sun-shin is still available, and TLID will go for it. Now EVOS, how do they want to respond against this Yi Sun-shin? The Lancelot no longer available. Albert has played some of those aggressive fighters before. They can go back on that if they want to.
Need no protection from
Yi Sun-shin pick, and yeah, like Mirko called the Baksha. Or rather, excuse me, Baksha will be picked up for EVOS. It's not for TLID. TLID will take the Yi Sun-shin for themselves. And now, what do they pair this Baksha with, right? They need +1 in the red side. A lot of options still available. If they want to go for a quick XP here, they can, but yeah, they are still probing on what to pick here in red 2.
Usually, it's going to be a Kimi, but they will go Farsa because the Yi Sun-shin is already picked up on the other side, and you want to deny the Farsa pick, plus it's really good against marksmen, right? TLID might also go for the Harith with the Yi Sun-shin, that's the normal combo, and it gets denied by the Farsa.
to flame, I shed the ashes of the past.
Immediately as a response, though, they see a Farsa, and they went for the two heroes that are known to really be a problem, the Gato Kacha along with the Selena. Again, they're being very aggressive with this, and so far, again, I don't see how they're gonna use this combination to kind of denying EVOS' playmaking style. Once you see the Baksha, though, I do immediately think of whether or not the Franco is gonna come through. The Shield Unity Iron Hook combo is just kind of disgusting, honestly. So for EVOS, if they get the Baksha rolling, he can tank all of those Abyssal arrows, and you know, TLID are going to be forced to play on the back foot, and this composition, I don't think does very well in that nature.
That combo, that was pretty good, but they go for the Lapu Lapu. So just acquiring that XP pick. And Mirko, thoughts on this Lapu Lapu?
I love it, man. More dive, again, to facilitate what they've already gotten. They've got a utility jungle, so you want to go for the carry and the XP. EVOS have really learned a lot from the previous weeks. Again, Vin's debut wasn't really too hot. It was still very inconsistent in the drafting phase. Sometimes it was great, sometimes it was, oh man, what is going on? His comments really aged horribly. But yeah, now it's looking good. Again, not really forcing into any of those cheese picks that he's been reliant on in the first week of his performance, which was week 2. They banned out the Esme too, just banning out winning lanes up against the Lapu Lapu, trying to enable it even more. And here's the thing about TLID. I'm not a fan of picking Gato when you already see a Baksha on the other side, dude, especially when it's combo with a Farsa. You're already going to have the anti-regen on you constantly with the Baksha, plus that burst, and then you add a Lapu Lapu on it. The Gato ain't gonna be too tanky if they don't win level like Turtle 1.
And look at the bans, though. Esmeralda and Ruby, both good amount of sustain. So EVOS are trying to get a sustained difference right here, especially because they do have the Turtles Puissance. But the Hellcurt banned out. I don't know about that Hellcurt ban, though. Maybe I just haven't seen it like really, come to fruition in the Land of Dawn. Haven't really been as observant, but I don't know about that.
It was the key cheese back in week 2. He picked it up, won a game against BTR in game number 1, but then wasn't able to capitalize after.
Yep, EVOS though. They can pick the Granger here if they want. Is that a safe option, Rashi?
I don't mind it, actually. They already have good, strong front line. They have a good amount of range as well, kite ability. The Granger will be okay, but they go for the Harith, actually. So the physical damage dealer is actually going to beat that Lapu Lapu. And technically, they still have a flex if they really need it with that Baksha.
Yep, but I don't really see the Baksha going jungle, maybe it is much more efficient in the jungle, you know, with the rotations
Yeah,
and all that.
agreed.
With the shield unity too. TLID,
man.
2 last picks. It gets tricky right here, doesn't it, Mirko?
You know what? I'm sorry, but I think the Boxia might actually be flex here. Evos can go for a Hayabusa last, especially if TLID, again, go for a normal traditional marksman. That's why now you get the understanding, or the explanation rather, of why they went Harith. It's a deny pick. That was what TLID would have wanted to go for with the Yi Sun-shin, and now they're forced to play another marksman in the Claw. That's going to be a weak side again, plus the glue. Now the Joy can get a lot of value too with the glue. You can constantly dash, it's basically unlimited, you can come and clean them up. You already have a Harith on your side, so there's no way that TLID can even counter it here. And remember, they don't really have too much peel. Their peel is like, well, Gata is very conditional. He needs to land the AOG. Joy, way too quick.
It's looking really tough. I like the glue when it comes down to surviving initially, right, with the split. But aside from surviving in the front line, there's not much that he can do. That's the Hayabusa, man. I said if they really needed it, they had that as an option, and that's the beauty of flex picking, right? Even though it's not ideal, in the right circumstances, it's just a huge detriment to your opposition. And with the Hayabusa, there are 3 very juicy, very easy targets in the backline. They don't really work together. They don't really stick next to each other as well. So there'll be less opportunities for them to kind of share the aggro from that shadow kill. So Albert has a lot of targets available in his sights right now.
Yeah, Mirko called it the Hayabusa pick, the Boxia flex. He called it to Arashi, so let's just see if this will deliver for them, because now TLID on the edge of not winning another series yet again. Land of Dawn again. We will go into EVOS against Team Liquid Indonesia. Will EVOS be able to wrap this up with a 2-0? Or will TLID bounce back and force a Game 3?
Desperate times call for desperate measures, but TLID are still just drafting for their comfort instead of taking away some of these big prio picks like the Boxia. Let's see if they can get it done in their own version of MLBB, or will EVOS prevail with the adaptations made from week 2?
I'm immediately curious about how Key is going to play this out, because again, he's not really a dynamic type of tank, and we know he kind of falters on the more passive type of tanks, but Sway Low, look at the immediate roam, while Key clears the jungle, allowing Albert to farm so much faster here. That's the key factor. EVOS has winning lanes and they have a fast farmer, so Albert is gonna be busy, man. He's gonna be trying to farm up a storm right here. And if we look at the emblems by Games Max, I think we can see that he, with a thrill, is going for more damage. For TLID, tenacity on Kabuki even, so he understands he is an absolute danger.
Once again, survivability is the name of the game. Kabuki!
Oh!
Goes for its first blood over to Albert, man. Easy pick with Key getting the shield unity. And even gets the gold crab too! TLID unable to secure it, and Witty is gonna get taken low. Still, good purify from Erlan to escape.
The proactiveness, man, from EVOS. Right, they have so much clear there with the Boxia helping with the roam. So even though Sway Low is solo clearing in the mid lane, TLID failed to actually capitalize and find anything with that early pressure. So Fabian on the Selena isn't really able to get anything of value. Now they're trying to roam around. But again, they're always one step behind, and here comes Key.
Okay, this is good poke over to Witty there. Puts in the anti-regen too as Rendy pops in the Bravest Fighter. Joe will have to back away, all the way back to his own jungle. Good pistol arrow coming down, but Fabian's still going in. Rendy gets a free kill with a better airstrike of Sway Low helping him. They try to force it, and now it's an all-out win for EVOS. What?
Oh, the Cavalry limping slowly, and EVOS, they go for the strike early on. They have this lead mounted on TLID. They have a weak side gold laner with a death to his name too. This will just slow all the progress made by TLID.
Man, that was a great move by Rendy though. He was on that Bravest Fighter for so long, and he was so patient with it, knowing exactly who he wanted. And that's the kind of burst damage you don't really expect from an EXP laner. Bravest Fighter with the better airstrike, and Joe just did not get to play the game.
As of now though, we'll have to take a look at how TLID responds to this. The Sunshin on the other side, heavily pressured. The Boxia, hands of Key, very heavy two-feather airstrike.
Oh man, with Albert, shadow kill, way too much for Fabian to handle. Usually it's Fabian on that Hayabusa, but Albert is showing levels here in game number 2. Another quad shadow over to Kabuki, and they jump in under the turret. Kabuki gets away with a sliver of health. Has to flicker, has to ultimate, and has to give lane. Wait, he's staying!
Wow.
He pops into Poissons! That was a bad move, Kabuki! He was already delayed of a recall, but he decides to stay, and now it might just be a turret. Sway Low walks up, feather airstrike comes in! A good missile arrow landing, the AOG as well, back to back on Sway Low. But take a look at Erlan, who's just feasting on the turret up top. Albert looking for the play again. Fabian, can he escape? Quad shadow on the shadow kill. No flicker means it's just GG. Albert picks up a killing spree.
Arashi, it's getting from bad to worse for TLID.
This is how fast they're around the map right now. Key isn't really setting plays up, but when you have so much playmaking individually, right, to go for the shadow kills, to go for the bravest fighters, you don't need Key to set up for you, it seems. And Evos are just using that to completely abuse TLID.
Oh man, Randy! With the bravest fighter diving in, finding the kill on Aran.
Ah, the new kid on the block. Seems like he is used. The pressure, the stage here in MPL ID. And the aggression we mentioned, Arashi, the aggressive playstyle that he has, comes to fruition, and it comes very quickly for EVOS.
And Evos are playing well around it as well. We saw earlier, though, there was that moment where TLID are able to... Oh, never mind. Never mind what I was about to say, man. Albert just takes the game and runs with it, dude. I was about to say that Sway Low can still get punished, right? That is what TLID were trying to get with the AOG, with the Selena as well. But it doesn't matter. He was running around them.
Oh my. Lord Flicker from Sway Low gets the shot in the end. Trades it for Key. Randy gets the turret. The conversion on objectives, beautiful by Evos.
Oh man,
This
at this point, it's just like you have to pick your poison, man. Do you want to save your spells, your ultimates, your battle spells for the feather airstrike or the bravest fighter? Do you want to save it for the bravest fighter or the shadow kill? Like every one of them right now is a solo kill threat.
Man, EVOS are putting TLID in a lose-lose situation right here. Even Randy making his way up top. Going for the rotations. The Lapu has been so solid too. But it seems like EVOS, like you said, the movement around the map, very quick, very swift, very nimble too, especially now with the Boxia in the hand of Key, enables them to unlock territories never reached before. And look at Key camping in the red buff. He wants to look for Joe here, but Joe will check. And yeah, Key gets spotted.
Oh man.
At least now they are moving together as for, will this be a fight? Let's break out!
They are again utilizing so many of the resources to get their orange buff to barge into their own jungle. And yes, you want to get your Yi Sun-shin fed up, but at this point, you're giving away too much for the buffs. Evo's gonna take a turret, now they're gonna go for the kill as well. And even if they don't get the kill, it's a free Turtle 3 over to Evos.
Right. The retry was used by TLID here earlier. Doesn't matter. Albert doesn't even need it at this point. And even when they're snowballing and just playing this aggressive style, they're still so aware about the side lane, the far lane. And they're sending Randy there or someone else. You know, they can send anyone. They can send Key, Randy, or even Sway Low to clear. Again, mobility has been the name of the game for this past day, 2 matches.
So now the question is, what does TLID do, Arashi? It seems like they're clueless, they don't know what to do. Is there even a way for them to come back in this game?
They can go for some kind of shutdown, I guess. In a full-on team fight, I guess Kabuki, if he does really well, if TLID can kind of extend this game really, really far, then Kabuki can still carry, do damage. They do have 2 marksmen after all, TLID, but can they even, delay the game here? They don't have clear.
Yeah, I don't think so. Purple buff gonna be taken, turret gonna be taken up top as well. TLID are just turtling around, not even their turret in the top lane. It's, oh man, Aran forced to use second skill. Spread over. Witty goes in, but Swalo just walks up. Erlan pops in his Monforce, and now it's Witty for sure. He can try an AOG out, but he gets bursted way too quickly.
Ooh.
Shadow kill by Albarabab over to the back, able to get Kabuki low. But that's about it. Joe, oh man, struggling to walk in his own jungle. Rendy might be going for the bravest fighter. Goes for the stun. Let's see. Actually hasn't used the stun just yet. No skill one yet. There you go. Let's give the stun, locking him down. Bravest fighter! Joe gets away. Further airstrike though from Swalo. Snipes him down. Oh man, Aran brings key to safety instead of the turret. And it will be free for Evos to take the tier 2s. Holy shield in the mid lane. Pop down already. Bottom lane gonna be following Elbow! Dies with the shadow kill, gets Kabuki! Bravest fighter by Rendy! Witty slashed down by the new XP on the block. It's an abyssal arrow landing on Rendy, but it just tickles him. A base turret taken down 8 minutes in. TLID in shambles. By the airstrike coming down over to Joe Albert again with the quad shadow! Getting Fabian, goes godlike! He's 1 HP, but TLID just can't take him down.
The minions still marching to the mid lane. At least now 2 spawns coming in for TLID. Kabuki is here to help clear the wave too. But the cavalry are crumbling without their horses now. And the white tigers, their fangs, just biting to TLID. They look completely clueless. Evos are running around them.
This is the kind of Evos you want to see, dude. The risk, the YOLO factor. You're seeing Albert go for dive, sway low, go for these weird flicker plays. This is how you want Evos to actually be doing. And with a 10k snowball, they can do whatever they want. TLID, they're on the defensive, and again, they don't have good wave clear. Their real best bet is to try and catch Evos off guard and get 1 or 2 kills and then win a fight that way. But that's only step 1 in like a 10-step guide on how to come back against Evos right now.
TLID down 11k gold. That's all in the hands of Evos, plundering on the loot. TLID, meanwhile, Swalo has the Divine Glaive to go. Penetration will be there to add more insult to injury, but TLID, they're boxed in their base. They can't do anything. Even Key is screening for them. So now, it seems like it's a mountain to climb for TLID. They don't have a way, per se, to come back to this game because Evos, they're not toning down the pressure at all. They're not stopping down. They're not pressing the brakes. They want to go in even more.
Why would they? With a 12,000 gold lead, he finds Rendy with the follow-up of the bravest fighter again, pops the flicker, and it is just the pace that they're looking for. Shadow kill, Zaman Force, everything in the kitchen sink thrown at TLID.